energy work with all of our plants and products. Our products made in small batches with only 2 ingredients of pure hemp, full spectrum crude oil, and coconut-derived MCT oil. Third-party lab tested for potency and legal THC levels with 6 strengths of 1 ounce oil to choose from. Know what you're buying and get what you pay for from Hopewell Farm. Apply directly to a specific area. Hopewell Farm topical salve in 1 ounce and half-ounce sizes made with pure hemp crude oil, comfrey extract, and all natural ingredients. Find the Hopewell Farm link and coupon code on the UNX Network website at unxnetwork.com. That's unxnetwork.com.
Tickets are now on sale for Rebels of Disclosure 2025, May 12th through the 15th in Grafton, Illinois at the beautiful Pierre Marquette Lodge and Conference Center. This will be a 4-day event with 12 speakers covering topics such as ET contact, experiencer testimonies, lost history, secret space programs, time travel, Illuminati, parallel realities, and so much more. Visit journeytotruth.online for more details.
Welcome back. You're listening to UNX News. I'm your host, Margie Kay, and if you are listening to on digital radio, you might want to hop on over to YouTube so you can see some of these pictures that we're going to show here in just a minute. Paul, you sent me quite a few photos here. I'm going to just pop these up, and if you would give an explanation for them. Got some cool stuff here. Okay, what have we got here?
That one is at a government office. They allowed us to go ahead and investigate in their office and keep it confidential. But they believed there was a ghost in their office. And one of my investigators takes a picture down the hallway, and this figure shows up. And we believe that's the ghost. And we did get 1 EVP.
And what did you remember what the EVP said?
The EVP is, hello, what are you doing here?
Oh, okay. Guess they were there. This is a good one.
Yes, that was at a private residence. They had an entity that would stroke their hair, touch them on the shoulder, move things around in the house, sometimes hides the car keys, and snapping a bunch of pictures, and that's what we got.
Yeah, definitely something.
Something. This one was...
Yeah, this one is wild.
I know. This one, I don't know about. It was sent to me, and they wanted me to give my opinion on it. It's a pic. You can see there's a little girl there and the family, but I think it's one of those double exposures. I really have a hard time believing that's a ghost. And then
was this a 35 millimeter?
Yes, I believe so. And then also to my photo analyst, she told me it was a double exposure.
Okay. Well, too good to be true.
Yep.
Okay. This is strange.
Yes. This was taken in Natomas near Sacramento. They believe they had a demon in their backyard, and this was in her patio. And I guess the indoor cam captured this. It was like a demon looking over the wall or something like that. We did get some EVPs in that house. I would say that the house is truly haunted. It also too has a lot of residual haunting at this house because there was domestic violence at this house, and this demon could be somewhat responsible for it. And one of the things about Margie, let me tell you a story real quick. This is a story that I heard about. In 1974 in Chicago, Illinois, this family moved into this house. And around about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, they would see this man manifest and walk over to the couch, and there would be a ghostly woman there. And then he would be seen slapping her.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they would just dissipate and vanish and disappear. They saw this a couple times, and they said, okay, our house is haunted. Well, anyway, they went to a block party, and the host was telling me, he goes, yeah, we do this every year, we have a lot of fun, we've taken a lot of pictures, here's some photo albums of our past events. So the lady's looking through the photos, and she comes to this one photo, and she goes, oh my God, those are the ghosts in my house. And the host looks at it and he goes, ghosts? They did live in your house. The police were there all the time. They had domestic disputes. They got a divorce. He's now living 5 blocks down the road, and she is living out of state, but they're both alive. So how can they be ghosts? And I call this living ghosts. So so in that situation, I believe that they had a lot of living ghosts in their house, and we were getting like misty stuff and everything else in our photos, and I believe there's so much negative energy there, and there's probably a demon there too, but so much negative energy there that it's creating ghosts. But these are people who are still alive. Yeah.
I call that a time imprint.
Yeah.
Where it's like the walls take a movie, and then they play the movie over and over again. And with all that residual energy, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Negative stuff. I wouldn't want to be living in that house.
And even with positive energy, we investigated a place called Evangeline's, which is a costume shop. And on the 3rd floor, around about late at night, some of the employees are getting ready for the next day. They hear disco music. They hear shuffling of feet. They hear people laughing. And back in the 70s, on the 3rd floor was Dio Mills, which was a disco nightclub. And that positive energy keeps on replaying itself over and over and over again. So it's amazing. Energy's forever.
Right. Yeah, you can't make it go away, only change form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
what about
this one. This one actually made it to Paranormal Caught on Camera. This was sent to me, and they wanted me to analyze it, and I had my photo expert look at it, and they were saying, "Oh, this is for real." It's an entity that manifests at Sedonia, Arizona, and Sedonia is very, very haunted. People have seen ghosts. One guy even has seen an invisible porcupine man. He could actually feel his quills on his skin. UFOs are seen there. They think there's portals, dimensional portals. And this entity, clear as day, and I have several pictures, which Paranormal Caught on Camera now has, but it was featured on one of their shows. And yeah, it was an entity, and he could see it with his eyes, and then also too captured it on his photo.
That's pretty awesome when that happens.
Ooh,
This is
one.
very strange.
Yes, okay. This lady, she had something like 6 foster children. And the foster children were freaking out because they said there was a little girl ghost in that house. And if you look on the stairwell, right there, you see a little girl. And that was captured on their recorder, their security camera. And then they got 2 other pictures of the same little girl, and she's always hanging out by the stairwell. And all the foster children that she deals with, they've all seen the ghost.
Yeah, you can see, it looks like a little girl in an outfit here, like an angel outfit, sitting on the chair and looking in that direction. And then in the background, you see this spirit. It's very clear, but you can tell that it's
and
not a human, not a living.
Margie, we even got an EVP of a little girl saying, "Play with me."
Ah, wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that one.
Moving on.
Yeah, that one. That was in Marysville. And it was some type of demonic entity. And this is what she captured. She took a photo. Oh, well, no, the security camera caught the photo of this thing. It looks like it's wearing a hoodie and everything else. And this entity was actually doing things to her that was inappropriate. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. And I gave her a full submersion baptism. And she had like a little hot tub, and I gave her a full submersion baptism. And the haunting went away. And a full submersion baptism is a basic form of exorcism. And when I first started it, I didn't know if it was going to work or not. But then I had people calling me and they said, "Paul, my demonic attachment, it's gone. Your baptism worked." I go, "What?" And so then I just started doing it. And I do Roman Catholic house blessings. And people ask me and they go, "Well, are you ordained?" No, not at all. But I was born and raised a Catholic. I used to hang out with these 2 priests. They were quite the character. They would smoke their cigarettes and tell me all kinds of stories. And one day I saw a book and I said, "Blessing a Home." I said, "Can I read that book?" They go, "What are you going to do with it, Paul?" I said, "I don't know. I just like to read it." and like I said, I didn't know I was going to become a paranormal investigator. So I started reading it and everything else. So I started doing Roman Catholic house blessings. And come to find out, I would say I'm about 85% successful. And the other ones where I'm not successful is because they're going back playing with the Ouija board or whatever, and the demon doesn't go away.
They keep opening that portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I found that too in doing some investigation where there's some negative energies, entities, and I find that the people themselves keep making this happen. They stay in